This is my face after attempting to beat VR mission number 4. This is the hardest mission in the entire game. To beat it, you must survive all 8 waves, filled with every single enemy type in the game, all in one attempt. If you clicked on this video, you're either stuck on this mission, are planning to get an S rank with the DLC levels, or are just curious to see how this game is actually meant to be played. In any case, I'm going to educate you on how to master Jetstream Sam in both this mission and the rest of the level. Let's not waste any more time and get to the point. Before we begin, let's remember the basics. If you feel confident in your moveset knowledge, feel free to skip this part. Sam plays totally different to Raiden. You won't get anywhere with spamming and brute force. Treat the fights as a dance, and strike your moves in time. Sam has 2 types of attacks, normal and charged. Charged attacks are performed by holding the strong attack button. The default one is a dash, performable both in the air and on the ground. Use the charged attack after a couple light strikes to change it. Here's a chart. We'll be mostly using the default one, however, keep the rest in mind as you play. For cheap damage, always use light attacks. Dash attacks are performed during the ninja. These are useful for quick strikes that throw lighter enemies off balance. Sam has 2 main defensive options, the parry and the dodge. If you are playing on Revengeance, perfect parries will often kill enemies in a single hit. Not all attacks can be perfectly parried though. This is the way of defense you want to use on most enemies, unless they are enraged, or are performing a grab attack. Dodge is the alternative, that lets you backflip away from the enemy while gaining invincibility frames. The most important move, however, is the taunt. Use the taunt to enrage enemies. Enraged enemies cannot be safely parried, however, they take way more damage. It's like Raiden's Reaper mode, except it's the other way around.
Where do they all come from, eh?
VR Mission 04 starts off with 5 enemy cyborgs. Always target the ranged enemies first. You can't block bullets while attacking. Shields are easily broken with a perfect parry, and if you line up the enemies, you might just kill both in a single hit. If you didn't get the heavy cyborg, enrage him to deal with him easily. To beat the Mastiffs, you'll need some items. Speaking of them, here's the list I used for this mission. First, throw a red phosphorus grenade as the Mastiff to your left approaches. Now, enrage the enemies and cancel the taunt animation with a dodge. Use your RPG to quickly take care of the Mastiff. To get out of the animation faster, use Blade Mode. This is known as Blade Mode cancelling. Sometimes, things don't work out in your favor. If a Mastiff stays alive, avoid it until it's no longer enraged. Podomerkas are easily parried to death. Just keep your distance, and avoid unwanted attacks with double jumps if needed. This is the wave where flying ranged enemies spawn. It's best if you anticipate the hammerhead and stun it with a homing missile. This will enable you to quickly take down one of the sliders. Run below the helicopter to scare it away and avoid its attacks, but keep an eye out for rockets and spiders. After they are done with, finish off the hammerhead with an upward swing. Throw a red phosphorus grenade before the enemies spawn to guarantee your safety. Now use remaining rockets you have to kill either the Fenrir's or the Gecko. Once one is left, deal with it however you want.
Use your intellect, evade my blows. Recovery. Multiple strikes. Re-engaging. You will die. Combination complete.
Once again, throw an RP grenade to give yourself some time. To damage both raptors, use a crowd control move. Finish off at least one of them. The remaining will be weak and will soon get an AI error. Use it to your advantage and execute it. When dwarf geckos start spawning, find two armed ones and deal with them first. Once you have enough, more geckos and two cyborgs will spawn. Eliminate one with an RP grenade. Now run around waiting for opportunities to taunt and attack. Dash attacks can keep the cyborg away, while also allowing a quick retreat.
Get some! Eat this! The hell?
Slice off the cyborg's arm when you get the chance. This will quickly render it harmless. To beat the Grad, use all of the strategies from before. Hooray! This only took you 10 hours. Now, some of you may ask, Ghosty, I beat VR mission number 4, but how do I beat the rest of the level without any items swept? My answer is you don't need items for anything else in the DLC. Let's take a look at the encounter swept. VR05 is a platformer. You don't need items for it. Double grats can be stun-locked with charged attacks. I recommend enraging one of them before the other spawns, and quickly doing an upwards charge plus air charge combo.
Here is how it's done.
That should destroy it easy. Hammerheads are a total joke, and so are the heavy cyborgs. The elevator fight is the one that may cause problems. However, I found a neat solution. If you enter an elevator, the failures AI breaks and they become unable to use any attack except the knife throw. Use this to your advantage and enrage the pups without any risks. Alright, let's talk about Armstrong. This may be the hardest boss in the game, though there is a checkpoint after dealing 50% damage to him, so this fight is basically split in two. Armstrong's first phase may be scripted if you do certain actions. If you dash into him, he'll do the stomp animation and begin charging an earthquake. Use this time to enrage him, dodge the attack, and follow up with a charge of your own. Now the strategy to beat Armstrong is simple. Enrage him whenever possible. If he uses one of these attacks, you'll be able to punish him with a charged attack most of the time. Otherwise, if he goes for a grab, dodge to the sides and punish with white strikes. For his punches, it's most reliable to dodge backwards. To dodge the meteor attack, step near the center of the arena and time your dodges to Armstrong coming towards you. After some patience, you'll pass his final interview without a scratch.
Die, you little shit! My turn! That's the best you got! You're going down!